Good morning. I am Dr. M. SUBHA, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Amet University, presenting you a lecture on Tailor Your Resume. Your resume is the key to open the door called job, opportunities, or your career. So it's very need of the hour to learn about how to prepare your resume. The verb form of the word is resume. That's how we are supposed to pronounce it. The noun form is to be pronounced as resume. It's basically from a French word which means summary. So your resume presents the summary of your academic and professional data. You'll be presenting your name, address for communication, a formal mail ID that sounds more formal. For example, arun.vijay@gmail.com instead of arunlikesvijay@gmail.com. Hope you get my point. Even the Gmail ID should sound more formal. Address for communication, contact number, then your academic or educational qualification. Start from the latest to the first in descending order. Then your resume presents your professional history, summary of your profession. Start from the latest to the first. Then it provides some of your skills, then your ability. Okay, this is what you present through your resume. So your resume tells what and who you are, whether you are well organized, skilled, qualified, and above all, it shows your interest. Whether it's a short summary, as I stated already, it's a short summary which runs to 1 or 2 pages. But whether this is enough to capture or gain placement is a question mark. So we need to rework on this 2-page summary to make it more suitable to gain a placement. That's what we call as tailor your resume. We do it in 2 steps. The first step is a cover letter. We need to prepare a cover letter and then a curriculum vitae or your profile. Vitae is from the Latin word vita, which means course of life, especially academic and professional course of life. That's what we are dealing now while preparing your resume. University of California, Davis Internship and Career Center explains how to prepare your resume and even your curriculum vitae and quite a number of sample letters. This is provided for you to get more number of sample letters. It's included in the slide and also in your work center, which will be beneficial for you. Yes, when we start working on your cover letter, you need to understand your job requirement first. So some call for, you read it in a newspaper or an online link. You have to read it so that you try to understand the required academic qualification, skills, hard skills, and also the soft skills. When you read it again and again, you'll be able to discern these things from the specific call for. How to prepare your cover letter? As I stated already, from 2 renowned universities, links are provided here for your reference. One is California University Davis and the second one is University of Virginia through their Career Center. Yes. Next one is a sample cover letter. sample cover letter taken from leading universities is provided to you. The first thing is your name and your address. Okay. As it is stated here, you can present it in the top center or keep left. Okay. With from, you can write it name, your address, and then if you keep it like keep left rule, you can mention the date, month and year in the right top. Then to address. Then the salutation, dear so and so. After the salutation, there should follow the reference. For example, here I am a fourth year student in Commerce and Economics at the University of Virginia. Your job position of Health Research Analyst listed on CAV link caught my attention. Here the applicant explains from where he got this call for. Otherwise, next to the salutation you can mention REF colon and copy and paste the link with the date on which you accessed the link. That's very essential. Here, the candidate starts with the reference. In the first paragraph, your cover letter is the personal address to the particular recruiter. Okay, because you are marketing your professional ability, skill and knowledge through your resume. It should accomplish the target. It's very essential. So you are addressing through cover letter specifically to the recruiter. To, it can be HR or the chairman or the selection committee. It can be anyone. Okay. So in that address, the first paragraph of your CV, your letter, cover letter, usually presents your academic credential. What are the courses you have done, okay, in relevance to the particular job specification. Then in the second paragraph, you will be enumerating your experience. You have to tune your cover letter more suitable to the job requirement. So that in your cover letter it is very essential to highlight the relevant experience. Suppose you are a fresher, you don't have any experience. In that case, you can highlight even your internship or the project work. Okay. Whatever the work that you have done needs to be highlighted in the second paragraph, so that you explain that you have already done something in relevance to this work. So you are more suitable to this position. It is signaling your recruiter that you are more suitable to this position. So your letter should convince your recruiter. And in the last paragraph of your cover letter, you can highlight your soft skills. There will be some specifications like teamwork quality or leadership quality. Like some jobs can be done only in alternative shift, like night shift. Okay, whatever it is, you can highlight those points and explain them that you will be more appropriate to this position. This is one sample. Okay, then you will have to wind up your cover letter with thanking you, your sincerely, best or best regards or kind regards, however you would like to take it, with your signature and my name. Sample 2 is given by Patrice Cap. She has served to some children, provided education to them. Now she has she is looking for an opportunity related to the same kind of teaching. So in this cover letter, she is highlighting that through her internship, she has undergone and trained the students, so that now she could handle the future students of this institution. Okay. And in the last paragraph, she highlights that she worked to get them placed. Okay. So in two ways that she has worked, not only the teaching and for placement also, she helped them. So and she winds up with her signature. So your cover letter mainly takes what is relevant from your education and experience and relates it to the current position, and at last with the request that you are looking for an opportunity. Yes. The second part is preparing curriculum writing. So, in submitting your resume, everything is more formal. So, the format of the resume is like A4 size sheet, usually Times New Roman, or the font size should be like 12 or 14, 14 for titles and 12 for the writing material you can use, A4 sheet. But it's not that your recruiter is looking for a black and white printout. So you can upgrade yourself to something colorful but not jarring, and also it should capture your recruiter. Okay. We will have sample for this towards the end of the slides. Okay. Now, curriculum writing. What are the things that's included in your curriculum writing? Your career objective. Career objective should specify about the field and the kind of work that you will be doing. Okay. It's not about the position, but the kind of work and the field. For example, if you ask any teacher to present their career objective, they can tell you to be an effective teacher and also to contribute more through research. This can be ideal points to any teacher. But it presents two main aspects. One is teaching and another is research. In any college or university. So the realm is also specified and the kind of work is also specified. So your career objective should tell these things. Career summary. Suppose you are an experienced hand. You have quite a number of years of experience. In that case, even you can start your CV by presenting your career summary. If you travel in the same realm, it's fine that you will present it in a chronological order. Suppose you are shifting from area to area. In that case, you need to relate your main experience, which is more suitable to the current position, in your cover letter itself. Otherwise, here you can mention your career summary. Then education. The education part, suppose you are a highly qualified personnel. You can start your CV by presenting your academic credentials, educational qualifications. Suppose you are a doctorate, you can start your CV with that, starting from the latest degree to the first thing that you have acquired. Okay. So, you can start your CV either with career objective or summary. Even otherwise, it is possible to start with educational qualification. And your CV presents your skills. What kind of work? Because a recruiter takes a hand to execute the work. It is for the skill or for the knowledge. Okay. So we need to be specific about these things in our resume. So what are the kinds of work or what are the skills that you have developed within yourself? Either hard skill or the soft skill. Okay. You are good at carrying out this kind of work. Or you are good at leading a team. So whatever it is, you need to specifically highlight in your resume. Awards and recognitions. Of course, in your course of academic and professional time, you would have gained recognitions or awards. Even for example, it may be a university degree that you gained, an 8th degree or 9th degree, whatsoever it is, something like that. Or some kind of recognition through awards. If you turn the pages of your professional and academic streamline, for sure you will be able to spot out something. You can present it under the title Awards and Recognitions. And the address presents your current address, email, a formal email, phone number, and references. While coming to references, usually references are received from teachers or mentors or higher officials or even your colleagues. These will be the more appropriate people to give your reference. Okay. Usually we can mention that available on request, but we should be able to make an arrangement for that. Okay. In your reference letter, usually they start the first paragraph by mentioning that they feel happy to write about you in this letter, and you were known for them for these many years. Okay. In the next paragraph, they should highlight what kind of work that you did. What is it that they are appreciating? Okay. And at last, they should be able to explain that they recommend you to this position because of this reason. Okay. Usually to 2-3 paragraphs it runs on. The references goes on like this after the declaration declaring that all the details are true. Enclosure of copies of certificates. So all these are important when you work on your curriculum writing. Yes, here this sample, David Grant presents a subjective and his career summary, education, then research experience. So this column will be different from person to person. Depending upon your qualifications, experience, it will differ. Otherwise, the general categories remain the same. The next example is of Charles Zoe, where he has given his photograph. Photograph should be a formal photograph. It's better to have the recent photograph instead of something taken 5 years or 4 years back. Okay. It's better to have a color photograph because the recruiter is no longer looking for a black and white printout. Okay. Usually it is passport size photo. Here there is some variation. Right? He tells about himself, his skills, his proficiency, then technical proficiency. Okay. However you would like to categorize it, we can go for. Then language skills. Skills he has presented under different categories. Okay. His career objective, academic background, okay, qualifications, educational qualifications. Suppose, yes, this internship, it depends upon how you would like to highlight your internship or the project work. That once you have completed it, you can come to know its value. In that case, if you find that it will be more suitable to this position, or suppose you are a fresher, it's always ideal to highlight your internship or your project work. Yes, the next example is of John David Alonso. Yes, this is what I mentioned earlier, that you can present something attractive and in color, but it should be of mild color, like mild yellow, mild green or olive green. Okay, these things are mild blue. These are some formal colors, academically accepted colors. Okay, you can go for these colors. Here he presents his career objective, technical skill, personal skill, education, achievements and responsibilities. Yes, the personal details like date of birth, email. Yes, another point is when we present the personal details like that, like father's name, mother's name, these things, height, weight, these things you see to it, you can keep it optional. If you like to, you can. Otherwise, it doesn't carry much weightage when you write your resume. And another thing is like the reservation related to reservation, your caste, community. Suppose you are applying overseas, where your caste and community may not be able to play a vital role. It's purely on merit basis. In that case, when it doesn't have any rule, you can avoid it. Suppose you are applying to an institution where reservation is playing a leading role. In that case, you can mention it. Okay. And the nationality, your date of birth, these things are, of course, mandatory. The references available on request. Yes. So once you are done with your cover letter and curriculum detail, it's very important to proofread it. That there may be some lapses, some even small spelling mistakes. So read it again and again, check it. This proofreading is very essential before you send it to, before you post it or before you mail it. Proofread it again and again. It's very essential. Otherwise, it will show some kind of careless lapse on our part. It's better to avoid that thing. Okay. Here for your reference, in work cited, those university links are also provided. If you get into that, you will be able to access quite a number of sample cover letters and curriculum detail. And if it helps you much better to gain a placement, that will be my pleasure.